What's up, you guys? Please stay to the end of the match because this is going to be a very epic match. So you definitely want to stay to the end. Press play.
You convinced me a little bit more, Jeremy. And like I said at the beginning of this, there's no wrong answers. These are great movies. I'm inspired to watch both of them this week. But guys, great battle. Woo! Jeremy takes the W by that much.
And I don't.
Alex fought his ass off.
I want to point out something.
This particular round is going to Ian Elliott Carter of the Controversity, our week's winner. Well done, guys. Both really well fought. I enjoyed debating it. I mean, I enjoyed Alex. You know I love you, bro, but I got to give this one to Tristan. I think Tristan, you did a freaking fantastic job, dude.
Yeah. Out there, I probably won't be competing the rest of this season, so I'm definitely going to be looking at some different things. I don't know. I might come back. I'm not sure.
You should come back.
But you never know. But yeah. What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Real Debates, Season 2, Episode 9. Man, this has been an amazing season. By the way, before we get into the show, I would like to thank all of you guys who came and support each and every one of us who played the game and supported the videos. Your love and support has been freaking amazing. Now, last time I was on Real Debates, I said after it's funny, I've not won a match this whole season at all.
You ain't winning today either, brother.
So I said that my last match, I probably wouldn't come back, but I said, you know what? If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. So in this match, it's me against Ian, and I'll be repping Martin, and Ian will be repping the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The topic of the show is which is the better show. And I wanted to put the better 90s show, but let's just leave it as it is. Better show out of between these two. Now we're arguing the better show, and we're going to see who has the best argument. And the only person that can moderate this is no other than Jeremy from Movies Are Terrible. Before I pass it to Jeremy, I want to ask Ian and Jeremy, how are you guys doing? And you guys excited for the match?
I'm feeling confident.
Okay. What about you, Jeremy?
Yeah. I said in the group chat before we went live, I'm just putting it all on the table, you guys. I was like, this is definitely going to be an uphill battle for Alex. Now, knowing Alex. Both of these guys, I know for a fact Alex is very much standing behind his choice. I know he loves Martin. Ian is a huge fan of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'd imagine probably vice versa as well. But these guys are representing shows that they know and they care about, and they were probably too when they were on television. And I'm very excited to moderate this. So I'm going strictly in terms of arguments. I'm leaving my own personal bias out of this. So I guess we're just going to see how it goes. And as you viewers who have been here before know, we break it down into 3 different rounds. So long as what we need is 3 different rounds at 2 minutes apiece. The first round, we allow our competitors to just basically lay out their arguments. Let us know why it is that they made the choice that they did. Second round, we refer to it as the battle round. Another 2 minutes, each competitor has the opportunity to poke holes in the opponent's choice. They can literally go in on it, or they can spend the time kind of trumping up their own argument. Then we go around for the third and final round, which is where we provide our closing arguments. It gives everybody an opportunity to kind of wrap things up, tie off loose ends, all of that kind of stuff. And at that point, I'm going to be making my decision. Again, not based on which is my favorite, because if that was the discussion, we could just end it now. We are not basing this on which one we prefer. We are basing this on who makes the more compelling argument in a debate. That means that they're going to express to me in their most, concise way what makes theirs the proper choice. So now that you are all caught up to speed, we're going to kick this thing off as I let each of the competitors choose a number between 1 and 20 And house rules. So, Alex, please choose a number between 1 and 20.
15.
Ian, 1 and 20.
I'll go with 7.
The answer was 16. Alex is going to be the closest on that one. Okay. And as we have said, each opponent gets 2 minutes to make their argument. So, Alex, would you like to go first, or would you like to let Ian go first?
I'm gonna let Ian go first. You know, Ian's 3-1, so yeah, let the semi-champ go first.
All right, Ian, semi-champ, Ian Elliott Carter of the Controversity. Are you ready to tell me why Fresh Prince is the better of these two television series?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
In 3, 2, 1, and go.
I want to make it clear that this wasn't a taunting decision Alex made to put the Fresh Prince in his background. He actually loves the show. So I don't see Martin in the background, by the way. But let's just put that there. I got a point to make why I love this show. So as Alex puts in the background, Fresh Prince is an amazing show. It's right there in the center. It has a lot of crazy iconic moments. I love the Carlton dance.
Not unusual to be
I love the father episode.
I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. Down with him!
I loved the dance that they did on stage together. I love the Aunt Viv aspect. But one of the main things I love, not just the iconic moments through my childhood, was just this was a great family. You know, besides the Cosby Show, this was like a relatable family that I loved on television to pretty much grow up with. When I was sick at home rewatching the the reruns, I can relate to a lot of stuff was going down on this show. We had racial issues, we had financial problems, we had school issues, we had bully issues, we had girl issues, you know, relationship stuff. I can relate a lot to Will Smith as a character, and I fell in love with his whole family to the point that I think of them as an extended family, even though this is not real TV. So I picked this, and the fact that Will Smith never really acted before this, and now he's looked at one of the best actors of all time. It really shows of how this show impacted him and other people as well. And I feel like if you ask a lot of people, though, this is not even just like a great black show, but this is a great show. Jeremy, you're a white guy. You look at this show in the lens of an amazing television show that is just universal. I feel like Martin's less universal, but we'll talk about that later. But this is more universally loved by everybody of every race, gender, and ethnicity, religion, all that stuff. And it's very quotable as well, too. And I love this show to the point that I sing the theme song whenever I drive.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take...
All right, with 3 seconds left on the clock, this is a story all about how Alex should have taken that poster down.
By the way, we're not debating my poster. I had this poster
just an observation. Just an observation. You would think the guy that loves Martin would put that in the background.
This debate, okay?
Just an observation. You would think the guy that loves Martin would put that in the background. But go ahead.
Hey, I'm good for adversity. So fuck it. My poster has nothing to do with this debate.
All right,
Alex, you've got the same 2 minutes. Are you ready to do this?
I am ready for this jelly. What's up? I'm
3,
ready.
2, 1, and go.
The Martin Show. Oh my gosh, The Martin Show was a gem of its time. It set up the precedence of what an actual comedy sitcom is supposed to be. Martin had a true identity of the show because the show was strictly based off him, his relationship, his crazy friends, and family. Didn't have to be a deep, impactful message because every single episode of the show was to make you laugh and forget about your problems. Martin had a lot of iconic characters in the show, from people like Shanae.
What did you say? What did you say? You want to run that by me one more time?
From people like Jerome.
I say Jerome to the house. I say Jerome to the in your mind.
People like Roscoe and
Your old bed. You wear it out doing the grown up, huh? Well, what you was doing, man?
many other people that he portrayed in the show. Martin was not a great actor by any means. He did House Party and I believe Do the Right Thing. But when he did this show, it not only magnified his acting career, but it magnified him as a comedian. Martin right now is somewhat in the Rushmore of the top 10, well, not top 10, but the most valued comedians and Black comedians in this world. And a lot of that has to do with the Martin Show. We talked about introducing prominent people in this show. Tracy Morgan was on the show.
You know something? You ask a lot of questions. Now I'm just trying to help you out.
From Kid and Play was on this show. Biggie Smalls was on the show.
Martin, you didn't tell me you knew Biggie Smalls. Come on in here, man. You know what? I was just about to cook.
A lot of them had their careers started because of Martin. A lot of their careers now are because of them being on shows like Martin. Martin didn't have to be deep and woke. It just had to be a funny show that you can come and watch each and every single day and just forget and love the fact that you get to laugh with Martin. His banter between him and Pam were the most memorable moments.
How is it not a coincidence? You're little like a jockey.
Where he's talking shit about Pam and Pam's talking shit about him. I mean, there's so many quotable lines from Martin from Get the Hell Out.
Hi, and this is a good time. Get the stepping.
From What's Up.
What up? What up? What's up?
From Tommy, You Ain't Got No Damn Job.
You ain't got no job, man.
I mean, there have been Comic Cons where people have cosplayed different versions of Martin. Martin had a major imprint in this show, had a major imprint on society as a whole. And sorry. Damn.
No, that's
so
perfect.
close.
Damn, Gina.
Yes. Damn, Gina.
Very good argument, Alex. Both of you guys did a great job. Looking back at round one real quick, I just wanted to say there was a little bit more specificity in Alex's approach to the multiple characters that Martin played in regards to cameos that came on. Ian's discussion, I think, is also very valid, where he kind of showcases the fact that this is a staple in American culture. It transcends race. It is something that people just look at as kind of a beacon of great television. I absolutely think both of you guys killed it in round one. So because Ian went first in round one, we're going to alternate. That means Alex gets a chance to make his case starting off round two. Of course, we've got the same 2 minutes on the board. Alex talked to me a little bit in this round more about the, I guess the broader elements of the show. And Ian, I want you to talk in this next round a little bit more about the specifics of the show, while of course continuing to battle and kind of poking holes in the opponent's pick. Alex, you've got 2 minutes. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, guys, let's be honest. The only people who really talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and their memorable moments are solely the Carlton dance and the theme song. That's it.
Crazy iconic moments. I love the Carlton dance. I love the show to the point that I sing the theme song whenever I drive.
Like,
can't wait for my turn.
That's it. That's all they do. And let's be honest, the show, I believe, actually struggles with a lot of identity. How is it that Will Smith is leaving a broken home to enter a great home while making very boring jokes that kind of get old about his Uncle Phil and then short jokes about Carlton?
Oh, no, you did not.
It's trying to be a comedy and woke at the same time. Like, when did Will Smith become so articulate? I mean, even in the Fresh Prince special, he even said, I had a hard time learning my lines, so I would say other people's lines, so that way we can get the right path going for the show. I mean, if you look at it, yes, they had a lot of great people on the show. Don Cheadle was on the show. The Jeffersons, one of the Jeffersons characters were on the show. I mean, they had a lot of memorable, great things, but it wasn't anything good in comparison to Martin. Martin had one certain thing, and I can't even say the word. It was trying to be funny. That's it. It didn't have to be woke. It didn't have to give a great message. It didn't have to take a troubled kid to live with his uncle to realize his life ain't shit.
You want some popcorn?
Why you screaming?
He just was literally funny, and he brought the funniness out of all of his characters from everyone that I mentioned before, where you have the constant battle between Gina and Shanae.
Excuse me, Shanae, not today. Don't start, okay?
tell me what's not today.
No, not today. Look.
They're always arguing in the hallway about nothing, but they never fight. It's so funny to watch. Martin set up a lot of people's lives who are doing really well since the Martin show. A lot of Def Jam is because of the Martin show, even though Def Jam came first. So Martin, in my opinion, has been the beacon of the test of time in terms of shows. Again, it's left a major imprint, and a lot of comedians to this day, new ones, reference that show.
Perfect timing, Alex. Well done. Used your 2 minutes down to the second. Ian, you've heard the allegations that he has leveled against Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You've heard him talk about Martin potentially kicking
all they know
off
is the
some
Carlton dance. Oh,
and hey, dude, maybe Martin
song.
is responsible for the popularity of the Def Jam comedy show. I don't know.
yeah, not Def Jam, not Russell Simmons. And
I mean, most of
This-
the
the
people
Martin
on Def
show.
Jam were on Martin.
All right, let's talk about it, Ian. In
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and go.
I'll agree. Martin was definitely a staple for a lot of comedians, but the fact that you just alluded to, like, none of these comedians would be anything without the Martin show, very insulting to them. I hope they don't watch this. I think that they worked hard. They worked hard on the Def comedy and their careers. Let's start with the theme song, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, iconic. Everybody can sing it. Let's talk about Martin's theme song. Martin.
I can sing it.
Martin, one word. Very creative right there, brother. Very creative. Yeah, it's a stupid theme song. Your show, you kind of alluded to, is pretty much all jokes and no substance. You know, yeah, your character does a lot of iconic, some would say coonish, sellout type of negative stereotypes. But you know, he is funny, but there's not a lot of substance to the storyline when it comes to that. That's why, you know, people like me that are a little bit more intelligent love substance. We love storyline. We love a cohesive story. You know, we can make fart jokes all day, but where's this going?
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
not coonish at all.
yeah, you know, but you mentioned that the only people remember the Carlton dance. I still cry when I watch the father episode. And Jeremy, you're a guy that's lost his father.
Dad Club.
That makes you sad too, watching that. I bet, you know, there's a lot more heart in this show than Martin's show as well. But there's more iconic moments than this, just the dancing, brother. Come on, you know, Uncle Phil doing what he working his ass off so these kids, these spoiled ass kids, can live a better life.
Humiliating it is to have a son who can't swim.
And Will, you mentioned the fact that he had trouble with his lines at the beginning. Yes, because like I alluded to, he was a rapper with no acting experience. Now, the fact that his growth from season 1 to season, I think it had like 5 or 6 seasons. Don't count that off if I get it wrong. But the fact that he ended up being Mr. 4th of July, one of the best actors of all time, watch freaking the Pursuit of Happiness. That shows a lot this show did for him.
And time. Really well done. Again, pretty much down to the second, throwing out some hot takes about the Martin show.
Oh yeah,
I
this
think
is not coonish at all. Okay.
In my head, I'm trying to decide, and I don't want y'all to answer it, but I'm trying to think: is Will Smith a better actor than Martin as a comedian? I don't know. We'll come back around to that, but that's just something I was thinking about.
Yes.
All right. I think you guys are making some very, very good points. Ian, I think you took that opportunity to kind of fill in a lot of the gaps that I felt that I was missing from round 1, and you did a really good job. That said, we are now in the third and final round. This is an opportunity to kind of tie up the loose ends, as I had mentioned. Take this final 2 moments to really drive home, A, why your show's the best, B, why the other might not be. Ian, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. All
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, like I said, Martin's a funny show, but it's just laughs and stuff like that. I want to say this too. We mentioned Martin and Will Smith. They're both great people and they're great actors. What's Martin doing right now, by the way?
Comedy.
Really?
He was just on tour.
Sit your motherfucking ass down.
I kind of missed that one. Will Smith is still working. He's still
on
on tour.
Instagram.
He's still on. Let's look at the following on that too, brother. By the way, but nah, if we're talking iconic, I'm talking about the people right now. Iconically, it's hands down Will Smith. What movie would you rather see, a Will Smith movie or a Martin movie? It's obviously always going to be Will Smith, in my opinion.
Man, you must be high than motherfucker.
They both are past their prime. Both of them are not making the best content right now, to be fair. But if I would say who has a better track record, it's definitely always going to be Will Smith. Martin Lawrence, he's okay. But we're not talking about people, by the way. We're talking about the more iconic show. And yeah, Martin had iconic characters, but it wasn't a better show. That's the question. Funnier? I'll give that to you. It might be funnier, but this is a better show. This is something that we can watch the storyline go. We met the characters. We met the friends. Jazz thrown out the house. Amazing, funny stuff. We know when that stuff's coming. They break the fourth wall sometimes. I recommend anybody that's not seen the reunion special, check it out. Martin's reunion special probably not coming because the cast didn't even get along. But this cast is straight up a family. And we even watched the stuff on the personal life into the real world with the two Aunt Vivs coming together. That touched my heart too.
Met before, seeing them meet for the first time and embrace.
You know, we love both Aunt Vivs, but we know the first Aunt Viv was very iconic. And the fact that we got to see two different Aunt Vivs come together at the end was in this reunion special was great, just because we watched these people as kids. These are family members to us. And the reunion special, this is a plug for that. Definitely watch that. It showed a lot of why people love this show.
There it is. That's 2 minutes. Man, really good case to be made at the
end. I would like to
end.
point out, Ian spent more time talking about Will Smith and Martin as individuals, not the show. Just want to throw that out there.
It's all being noted, Alex, for sure. Don't you worry about that. That's one thing I can do. Is kind of listen every once in a while. Really great closing argument there, Ian. And Alex, you've got the same 2 minutes to put a bow on it. And you know, he's hitting hard. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. He's hitting hard on the fact that there's not maybe as much substance in Martin. So if you can work that into your argument, I would love to hear it. You've got 2 minutes in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Okay, so Ian said there wasn't that much substance in Martin because there's not supposed to be. It's a comedy sitcom. It's not supposed to be woke. He also said that, their family reunion special, everyone's getting along. Really? Because she didn't even meet up with the guy who played Carlton.
Who's been more disparaging to me has probably been more Alfonso, and I have to admit he wasn't there.
So how much did they get along? Let's also run the tape that Black Unveiled called Will Smith an asshole.
Folks keep telling me about it. He was always the asswipe for Will. There will never be a true reunion of the Fresh Prince.
So yeah, they're getting along now after all this other stuff, but that's not what we're talking about. Let's talk about the show. Martin again knew its true identity because it was based off comedy. Again, Richard Pryor, before he died, was on the show, and they had a little back and forth on Martin's radio show on the show because they wanted to bring more laughs.
Am I doing it right?
No, not exactly. But that's good. Okay. You know, it's the first thing.
It created joy and happiness, and it also created inspiration. Look at Eddie Murphy portraying different characters. Look at Marlon Wayans portraying different characters. Where do you think that originated from?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Martin playing different women, different men, older men.
Eddie Murphy did not get that from Martin. Sorry to interrupt you, but that was disrespectful.
but Martin set the precedence of being more than just one character. Martin outplayed himself in this whole show, where he's playing 5 different characters along with his supporting cast. How many characters did Will Smith play? Just one. And like I said, if you want an impactful show about wokeness and trying to be funny and making bad Uncle Phil jokes, watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But if you want to watch something that's a good show that doesn't need substance to be a good comedic show, watch Martin. Because again, I'm not trying to watch a comedic sitcom for substance. I'm trying to watch to laugh. And they made a good point in making that show the way they made it to make people laugh. That's why we have up and coming comedians at that time on the show who are doing great things now. Will Smith, great actor, but the rest of those actors, I wonder what they're doing right now.
I can't even name your actors' names.
Tisha Campbell, Tisha Arnold, Tommy Ford, all of them.
That's it.
Name. I can't believe you keep saying that this is a woke show. I've never once said this was a woke show.
No, I'm saying it was like
and you said that you said that Martin is the reason Eddie Murphy does multiple characters. I will quit this show right now.
No, I'm saying that Coming
to America was like 10 years before Martin.
Hey.
I was saying not just him, but other comedians. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting red in the face for that line right there. You said Eddie Murphy, motherfucker.
I heard it. Everything has been noted. 7 minutes and 40 seconds. We're gonna finish this episode up in that amount of time. That was freaking fantastic, you guys, on both sides. Alex, you made some very interesting points that have turning. Ian, there's this thing that happens when you talk about horror movies, comedies, superhero movies, where there's this like almost a disclaimer on it. It's like, it's good for a comedy. However, I do think comedies themselves can be good and can be elevated. And I really didn't think about, yes, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has everybody in the country can sit in their living room and enjoy it. They can enjoy it on their own. They can enjoy it as a family. They can enjoy it across generations. Martin doesn't have that kind of appeal. It certainly doesn't. It's more for probably a young African American male audience. And I think that's great. And it really did. It was a definite cultural touchstone. People aren't talking about Martin today in the same way they continue to talk about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has a legacy. So really what I'm looking at, because both of you make really strong points, instead of breaking it down round by round, the general takeaway that I got from this discussion is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is able to balance tones. It's a show about family that really does transcend generationally. It works as well now. It still has emotional moments in it. Alex, you leaned very heavily on, and rightfully so, the humor itself, how it wasn't necessarily your regular family sitcom. And I think I don't want to retranslate or put words in Alex's mouth. When you said woke, I took it in the context of every episode doesn't have to wrap up on a sentimental note. Everything doesn't have to have a message in it. So I got your meaning there. And this is a very, very difficult one because honestly, going into this, I think I would have said Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is my favorite of the two shows. And now coming out the other side of it, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because Martin has so many funny moments in it. However, this isn't about my personal preference or being won over to one side or the other. It really fundamentally comes down to who I believe had the better argument. So
what's the better show, not the funniest show?
Yes. And yeah, it comes down to that question. Is humor on the same level as emotional family moments? And I feel like I've got to come down on the side that it is, that comedy is just as valuable, and culturally it did have a lot of significance, and a lot of stand-up comedy in the 90s was driven. Dude, Run Tell Dat is one of my absolute favorite stand-up specials of all time. Martin Lawrence is hilarious. The last thing he did was the last thing Will Smith did, really. I mean, they were both in Bad Boys, right?
Exactly.
So the last thing Will Smith did.
What was the last thing Will Smith
did after Bad Boys 3?
After Bad Boys 3, he did. He just did a Netflix special. He just did the thing about not the 13th Amendment, but the
13th, right?
It's not the 13th, but it's something like that. It's a documentary about
he's narrating in a documentary. That's the last production thing that he's done. But as far as acting, I think the last thing we've seen him in is Bad Boys 3.
Let me look that up.
I could be wrong.
I think I'm deducting points from Ian for challenging my knowledge of Will Smith. I'm seriously struggling, you guys, as we just now sent another invite to each other so that we could try to wrap this thing up, because we had 3 minutes left and I'm trying to buy time.